Welcome back to the channel, guys. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day as always. Sitting behind me, another beautiful 2024 Escalade V. Local customer here, I think in the Houston area, maybe the Woodlands. Had it previously modified, but let me pop the hood and tell you guys what he had previously done as well as what we did to make it even better.
Experience the thrill of unrivaled performance. Our team of experts takes your ride to the next level. From horsepower gains to custom enhancements, we deliver results. Late model racecraft. We talkin' or we racing?
All right, so those of you that follow our channel, y'all know I'd say 90% of the vehicles that come to us are completely stock. And then we, perform our package, whether it's A, B, C, or D package, right? Jason is, I think, from the Woodlands area, so it's only about an hour away from here. Had the car previously worked on from another shop. Not sure who did it, but it had pretty much the bolt-ons on it. They had cold air on it. It already had the long tube headers on it. Had high flow cats on it. So it already sounded good, and they tuned the ECM. It came in, I want to say it baselined right at 600 rear wheel horsepower on our hub dyno. He was looking for something. This thing has 24 with 20,000 miles on it. So he does drive it daily. He wanted to keep it very reliable, driver friendly, but wanted more horsepower out of it. So we didn't go with our camshaft yet. We might do that in the future. So essentially we did what we call our stage 3 package, which is all the bolt-ons without going inside the engine. So we took the supercharger off. We did a complete Kong. It's the race ported 2650. We run our elbow with the larger 103 throttle body, as well as we went ahead and tuned the TCM as well, where previously it still had this stock TCM file in it when it came to us. So a few things, guys. It made 600 rear wheel horsepower when it came in. Again, it was already tuned with the bolt-ons on it, just from porting the supercharger with our elbow and throttle body. And of course, we retuned it, but the tune was already, as far as timing goes, it was already on the edge, so there wasn't much more he was going to get out of it beforehand. We saw over 50 rear wheel horsepower gain, which is a great gain from just bolting on a ported supercharger with the elbow and the throttle body. Then moving on, because we ported the supercharger, another thing to mention, it had I think it was like a 3.0 supercharger pulley when it came in. We actually turned the blower speed down. We have the supercharger, we put a 3.1 upper on it, so we're spinning the supercharger less than it did before. So it is now more efficient while still gaining over 50 rear wheel horsepower. And the reason why we do that, guys, is, again, this is a daily driver on 93 octane. I want to keep it as safe and reliable as possible. So Jason can hop in this thing, beat the living crap out of it, and have nothing to worry about. Now, if he wants to run a higher octane or flex fuel or something like that in the future, we can spin the supercharger a lot harder and make a lot more power, right? So right now it's roughly around 12 or 13 pounds of boost. If we were to run a higher octane or E85 or flex fuel, then we can turn it up to 15, 16, 17, 18, 20 pounds of boost like we do with the 19 ZR1s with the same 2650 supercharger. But supercharger ported, done, and then the TCM as well. So just driving it, the shift points are now a lot more firmer, just normal driving, as well as the shift points are now higher at wide open throttle. So stoplight to stoplight and just small little roll racing, the SUV will run so much quicker because it's now shifting at, let's say, 6,500, 6,700 RPMs versus stock around 5,700 RPMs. Big difference as far as 0 to 60 times in stoplight to stoplight racing just from tuning the TCM. Not only, again, does it run quicker, but just the firmness of the shifts, which we're about to go for a ride and let y'all see, makes driving this thing completely different. It makes it a whole new animal once the TCMs are tuned. So we're making, I think it stopped right over 660 something rear wheel horsepower. Again, on 93 octane, very safe. So let's hop in it now. I want to go show you guys what this thing can do. We'll go from maybe some stops as well as some low rolls, and then see what this exhaust sounds like and see what the burble tune sounds like for Jason. So let's hop in and go have some fun. out test driving Jason's 2024 Escalade V. The addition of the ported supercharger, in my opinion, is a must for the LT4 platforms, the ZL1s, the C7 Corvettes. The main difference between the Escalade V and the other LT4 platforms, including the Blackwing, is those are 1.7 liter superchargers, where this is a 2.65, so they call them 2650 superchargers. Just from porting the supercharger though, the horsepower gains we see, while still maintaining stock light drivability, it's a great upgrade to any, like I said, LT4 power plant. We also tuned the TCM as well. For instance, so we have it in manual mode right here. First gear. And then you get that nice burble for the downshift when you decel the motor. So in manual mode right there, y'all saw, I can just put it in manual mode, floor it, and it will auto upshift all by itself. We do that while we tune the TCM. As I previously mentioned, this thing came to us already modded. Jason already had the bolt-ons on it, and it ran really well. That's why, again, this is a good example showing just from porting the supercharger with the larger throttle body on it, and obviously having us completely retune it with the TCM, really be able to get everything. Sorry. Making sure I'm logging over there. By tuning the TCM, that way we get everything out of it, meaning we can shift this thing at a higher RPM than stock. When we port the supercharger, whether it is a 1.7 or the 2650, obviously the more boost you make, the more horsepower, but as RPM climbs, usually these superchargers are like linear horsepower or boost curves. When we port the blowers, usually up top they can kind of peak a little bit more boost, and they're obviously way more efficient. So this thing shifting at, let's say, 5700 RPM stock versus now what we have it shifting at, just tuning the TCM will make this car run so much quicker. So Jason will notice that, but also porting the supercharger with the extra horsepower gives him, will allow this Escalade to accelerate 0 to 60, which I'll put it in manual mode again. Let's do this. Manual mode. Let's turn off traction. It is all-wheel drive, so these things dead hook and go. But just because, let's turn these off. Dead hooked and went, and y'all can see it shifting at a higher RPM. Like I said, stock, they're like 5,700 RPMs. So just 0 to 60, eighth mile, quarter mile times, when you're just out driving this thing and you stab it, it's gonna accelerate so much quicker just from the shifting. And now with the ported supercharger, the engine's way more efficient. This car, the truck has headers on it, high flow cats, fully emissions legal, and it sounds incredible. So just like the other ones, it still has the factory mufflers on it, so it does have the dual mode, so we have it quiet or loud. Right now I have it open, and without a camshaft in it. Essentially this is all the bolt-ons, so I can put it back in touring mode. The exhaust closes. You can see these things have airbags, so the car is now raising up in touring mode. Shocks ride much smoother. The steering is now softer. The brake pedal is softer. This is the perfect daily for someone that has a family to put kids in, or obviously just to go on road trips with multiple people in the vehicle. These things from the factory are absolutely insane, just how good they drive and how comfortable they are. But after you do our performance package to it, it just takes it to that whole nother level. The sound, again, from the headers and the high flow cats. Someone, if they heard this thing in a parking lot, me making that pass right there, they would not expect to look over and see an SUV. The sound of this thing is absolutely incredible. And like I said, I like it because you get the best of both worlds. We can go have fun, do what we just did right there, you know, stoplight to stoplight, have fun, and then put it back in touring mode right here and just drive it as a daily with 93 octane in it. And like I said, it was over a 50 rear horsepower gain from the ported supercharger. We run our Elbow in the 103 larger throttle body. And you get a little bit more supercharger whine as well. Obviously from the factory, we're not spinning the supercharger as hard, although, like I said, this one came modded already. So the blower speed, I want to say, if it's almost the same as what it was before, so it really does show you. Maybe I take that back, maybe we turn the blower speed up a little bit. I have to check on what pulley it came in with. But just from doing that, like I said, the efficiency of it, I think it's only like at 12 or 13 pounds of boost. And the reason we keep it that way, because these are heavy vehicles, they are going to be daily driven. Like Jason, he's going to drive this thing every day. It's got 20,000 miles on it, and it's a 2024, so he's going to use it. We want to keep it safe, keep it in one piece, but also have him enjoy it. When he wants to get on it, it's going to be there. So 12, 13 pounds of boost, very safe for pump gas. And if Jason ever does want more, obviously if we want to raise the octane rating of the fuel, we can get a little bit more aggressive with the boost and tuning, or, you know, E85, doing like a flex fuel setup where it runs on 93 or E85. Then we have to upgrade fuel system components. And then, as y'all seen in our channel, previous Escalade Vs we've done, add a camshaft to it. I'll just say that's roughly another 50 to 60 rear wheel horsepower, but also you get that chop at idle, but then you also get the benefit of the fuel lobe on the camshaft that spins that mechanical fuel pump harder to allow us to have more fuel for more horsepower. The last couple that we've done, I'll say, have been between 760 and 800 rear wheel horsepower. Again, it all depends on what exhaust is on it, like what headers, what cats are on it, and then how much boost we're running, depending on what the customer's going to do with the vehicle. But in my opinion, and again, maybe I'm just getting older, this package here is probably the one I would go with to at least start with for my Escalade V, just because it literally still drives 100% like stock until you step on the throttle. And same with the exhaust note. Yes, it's louder when you get on it, but normal cruising, like right now, you can't even tell anything's done to it. But I do think maybe after I drove this for a couple months, I might say, you know what, bring it back for that camshaft so I can get that nice chop at idle. But he's got nice wheels and tires on it. This thing is absolutely beautiful. The black in the sun, which hopefully Jason will get some good pictures and videos of this thing. The sparkle this thing has with the sun, it looks so good from the outside. Let's go ahead, put it back in V mode. So the dual mode, the mufflers are open. And I can test the shift points one more time. Obviously he can leave it in drive and do the same thing, which, you know what, I can just do that now to show you guys. So he's just driving. Someone pulls up next to him, obviously he can just hit it, it'll downshift and go. Firm. Feels so good for such a heavy vehicle. And that was, I think, a second gear. Took off in second gear. It just goes. Dead hooks and goes. And the exhaust note, again, it's loud on the outside. You definitely hear it from inside. But we'll do one more. I'll put it in manual mode. Because again, if I'm going to race it, if someone pulls up next to me, I wouldn't leave it in drive like that. Because the engine bogged. We were at a low RPM when we got it. It didn't downshift. You have to be at the right speeds for it to do that. So if I'm driving it, let's say someone pulls up next to me, manual mode, downshift it, listen. God, I should have put a GoPro in the back. Listen to that burble tune. Jason's gonna absolutely love this thing. And then throw it back in drive and go. And for those of you that have never watched our channel before and watched this for the first time, the reason I tune it like that is so, again, someone that pulls up next to you, you can be at the right RPM when you want and floor it. And then also we have an auto upshift all by itself, so you don't have to be, you can pay attention to the road, keep your hands on the wheel, you don't have to watch the tack and worry about hitting the tap up button to make every upshift. We have it auto upshift all by itself. That way the driver can just concentrate on the road and keep his hands on the wheel and just enjoy it. So this one is all finished up. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Give it a like if you liked it so far. And please turn on bell notifications for future content, as we have cool stuff in the pipeline that you're going to want to see. And as always, please comment below. I'll check the shift points. I've been logging this whole time. Like I said, in drive, when we tune these things, we can set the shift point. It's pretty easy in the tune to say, all right, shift at 6,400, shift at 6,500. In manual mode, it's a little bit more difficult. You got to go off of RPM and speed. So sometimes it takes me a few test passes to get the exact RPM that I want to shift at in manual mode. So that's why I always test these vehicles, not only on the hub dyno, but also on the street, just to make sure that the shift points are exactly where I want them. But another Escalade V complete. Jason, I think you're going to absolutely love this thing. And it's another good example to show you guys, because most of the cars we get are 100% stock. It's good to show you guys what just adding the ported supercharger, our elbow, and throttle body gains, which was, again, over a 50 rear wheel horsepower gain, which is absolutely, it's pretty average, I'd say, but it's an incredible gain for the LT4 platform. Anyone for 50 rear wheel horsepower, that's a lot just from porting the supercharger and having a larger throttle body on it. So again, Jason, we'll get this thing cleaned up and have it ready for you to pick up. Enjoy it. And as always, guys, if you want more, bring it back. We can talk about doing the camshaft or maybe doing a little higher octane fuel, or maybe even some flex fuel. Those of you new to the channel, guys, please hit that subscribe button. Comment below on this Escalade V platform, on this one in particular. Pros, cons, what y'all like, what y'all don't like, and what y'all would like to see more in the future. I think I have to test drive a Lamborghini next, so hit that bell notification so you can see future content coming our way. You won't want to miss the Lamborghini video. It's going to be pretty badass. Until next time,